ice cream. Oh, I miss you, Cornish ice cream. Oh, turkey drummers. I'm gonna get me some turkey drummers. Gonna get me a good old fashioned Greg's sausage roll.
Oh man.
A steak and cheese pasty. Like, nom, 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 nom. And ironically, nothing that I do will be fish and chips.
I was gonna ask you, like, what's your most like stereotypical food thing you would do when you would go back to England?
I mean, a good old Greg's sausage roll is one of them because like
Yeah.
you used to be able to get like two for £1, and they would last you like the big thick boys full of fake sausage, and it's just deliciously filling at the same time. So like that was my student diet at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a Greg's sausage roll, maybe a local Indian, depending on
Yeah.
how much stuff is there.
Are you not a fan of fish and chips overall?
I'm not
Okay.
like if I'm gonna go to a chippy, I'm gonna get myself a sausage dinner.
Okay.
And a sausage dinner is basically it's chips, sausages, peas, gravy, onions, all in like a styrofoam takeout container that you just shove down your face, and then you feel sick afterwards because it's so much food.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the stuff.
I I might get a chip bomb, which is like chips in a bin lid. A bin lid being a bomb that is so huge that you just put the chips in it and it becomes a giant chip sandwich.
Okay.
But
That
like
sounds pretty good.
I've always I've always hated like chip shop fish because it's basically just cod that's been battered and cooked. Like there's no seasoning, there's no spices.
Oh,
It's
sure.
literally just the fish.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that. I miss garlic mayo, which is so common in England when right as I was about to leave. I just want a
Um,
sausage roll now, though. Oh, a sausage roll.
Sorry, Favor
Mm.
in chat is letting me know that I need to go wishlist Altered Alma here. Let's pull up a trailer here.
It sounds like a horror game.
You would be incorrect. It is
Well, you were
a
told to wishlist it, so it's probably an RPG
Metroidvania
or a visual
RPG.
novel.
Visual novel was a pretty. Don't even fucking get me started about visual novels right now with the fucking Steins Gate reboot announcement. Fucking
Hold on. No,
jackasses.
I need to know about this. Tell me about it.
They're doing
TLDR it for me.
So they're doing another remake of the first Steins Gate game. And I am a very big fan of the original artwork for Steins Gate. This kind of like it's almost
I'll be
like
right back.
watercolor looking kind of art. It's very 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 striking. Um, when they did Steins Gate Elite a couple of years ago, they replaced the background of the game. Number one, they retranslated it, which is like a whole other can of worms. Um, they then used animation from the anime to replace the visual novel pictures. So it turned the background of the game into an animated thing. I really didn't like that. I think losing the style of Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero, I think hurts the game quite a bit. Um,
Okay.
this Steins Gate reboot replaces all of that background stuff with this isn't me being negative. I promise, but it looks like how VTuber models animate. They replaced all of the characters with essentially what looks like VTuber models, which I love VTubers, so that's not me saying like this is bad or anything. But it like my problem with I'm gonna I'm gonna put a trailer of it here up on the stream while we're talking, but I think it like I'm a person that doesn't like a lot of animation in visual novels because to me it's supposed to be the sound design and the writing. It's supposed to be like a novel you're reading that has sound effects with it. So the more stuff you put in the background and the more flash you put in it, to me, defeats the purpose of a visual novel a little bit.
The more
then it just
visual
kinda
it
turns
gets, the
into,
less novel it becomes.
Exactly. And like, to
yeah,
me,
'cause then
that,
it's like a TV show at that
yeah,
point.
or like it's moving more towards like an adventure game or like a point and click adventure game, which is fine. But the thing that I like about visual novels is I'm reading a book for 40 to 70 hours. Like, that's the thing that I like. And you're telling this incredibly complex story, especially the first Steins Gate, is this amazing, complicated, really complex story that I really like. And, like, doing all of this extra stuff on top of it feels like it's taking part of it away from the game. And it's not focusing on the thing that Steins Gate in the West really needs, which is it needs a retranslation. And they need to retranslate all of the games because all of them connect to each other, but they don't right now because all of them have been translated differently. And there's no like through line across all of these like 7 or 8 games. So that's the bummer thing. And like they keep doing stuff like this instead of coming out with Steins Gate. It's Steins and then 3 question marks, whatever that game is going to be. Like, this studio is in trouble. They need to stop remaking this game that people don't want to be remade and continue making the new stuff. So like,
Yeah.
it's just really frustrating. Is like a game that doesn't need to be remade keeps getting remade over and over. Like, you can make an argument pretty easily for Final Fantasy VII of like, yeah, compared to like with how the new one, with how Remake and Rebirth look compared to the original, that's an easy case for, you know, remaking a game like this. This is literally just pictures and voice acting. Like, there's not a whole lot you need to do to a game like that. So I don't know. It's frustrating. Grumble, 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 grumble.
Somehow they'll tie it to Skyrim.
That's right. Oh boy.
At the end of the game, you like the screen goes black and then you wake up and it's like, oh hey, you're finally awake.
That's right. That's right.
Welcome, prisoner.
That's right.
Has anybody seen the Gen Z brain rot version of that, by the way?
No.
Yeah.
It is atrociously hilarious, Boston.
Okay.
It uses all of the terminology that makes us feel like we're turning into dust and just revoices the start of the Skyrim intro with all of
really
that
good.
brain rot. So it's like, I bet you're not feeling too skibbity after that. And it's just like, bro, what?
That's really good.
Not only was it a video, they made a full-on Skyrim mod for it that you can install.
That's
and the
really
entire
good.
game is just that.
Oh,
Here,
I
let
don't think I
me-
could do that, to be honest.
I can't either, but here, just for Boston, you don't have to watch it right now, but here's a YouTube link to Skyrim intro, but it's brain rot, Gen Alpha slang.
That's really good.
If
I'll
you
have to
play
watch
it, it
that.
shows up on the stream, right, Boston? It shows up on the recording, audio
The
wise.
video. No, not the audio.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll
You
just
can
be
say,
something
if you
for
could
you
do
to.
that, you
That's right.
should 100% do that right now, so we can lose our minds at the chaos that it is.
So good. All right. Are you guys ready to get started?
Sure. I got 2 things to talk about, so sure. I haven't been here for 3 weeks, and I got 2 games, bro.
There you go.
I've got 2 things to talk about, but I'm already 2 seconds into this 4-minute video.
All right. Let's get started
good.
in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to a brand new episode of That Video Game Podcast, aka TVGP. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me as always is Moonpeer.
As always, isn't that a bit of a misnomer this week?
Welcoming back Moonpeer. Yeah,
There we go.
woo, yeah.
Hi, I'm back.
And
I
the
did
nymph.
nothing. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, it's
I need everyone to get onto Discord and tell Boston about how he needs to watch that Skyrim Gen Z
you don't need
video.
to bull me about it. I just need to finish a potentially 2-hour podcast episode and then edit all of them, and then I can.
You can watch it while editing. It's
That's fair.
that great.
That's probably what will actually happen. Yeah. If you would like to support this show, since this show is a listener-supported show, you can do so over at e1m1.cash.
Those ones are the numbers.
We had a heck of an outcast this week where we're talking about everything except for video games, except I also talked about video games. And we talked about just the most broad number of topics possible here in the Outcast. You also get early access to We Were Galactic and Critical Misses. The $5 tier or higher, you get exclusive access to the Critical Misses production meeting. We're talking about all the stuff we're planning on doing over the next season or seasons over there. And you get exclusive access to The Wayward Sons, the Supernatural TV show watchcast that Moon and Nimp are going through. All of that and more over at e1m1.cash.
Ones equals numbers.
I think that's all we have for the intro here. Moon, what have you been playing these last couple of weeks?
Honestly, not a whole lot. As I didn't listen to the episode, so I don't know how you wished away my lack of presence.
I said you were just busy.
Yes, work is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Is the thing to take away from that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure one of the title screens was #Good Riddance, but
it was definitely not.
I mean, would you be surprised? Really? I mean, come on. You know who you're talking about here. It's me and him. I constantly bully him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to get rid of me sometime.
we bully each other all the time.
With love.
That is true.
Yeah.
Wayward Sons is just us bullying you, by the way, Boston. I know you never listen to it, so
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about you finding out exactly how dark
it's a
we
safe
go.
space, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't. I did not have a whole bunch of time to play a lot. I have literally been working. I think yesterday was my first official day off in like 3.5 weeks, something like that. I think I did 19 straight days, roughly, which is just wonderful.
Super good. Just the best.
Yes. I did play this week. We played REPO. It looks like with the new update, it looks like Bill's Night, which I always want to say that like Girls' Night, Bill's Night.
Bill's Night.
It looks like Bill's Night is finally fixed the REPO issue because they've had a new update, and so far we haven't had much in the way of crashes.
I like that it wasn't. We haven't
hesitation?
had any. We just haven't had
much.
as many.
Well, the first, because it's been so long, we played 2 Bills nights.
Right.
Again, not the New York football team, but the friend of the show, Bill. We had 2, and the first one,
sports related.
That's right.
Yes. The very first time, I think the loading screens were about 2.5 minutes each time we loaded into a level.
Okay.
Nice.
And it was just like, oh no. Like, it came up with the loading screen message, and I was like, I can still hear everybody. I'm staying here until I can't hear people. And
just
then it would
don't touch anything.
Yes. So we had an absolute blast playing around with that. There is some new monsters which I do not like in the slightest. They are terrifying. They have their own version of the snail now, the internet snail. Everybody knows about the internet snail by now. I think I've mentioned the internet snail on this show before. It's a very tall lady who will basically lock onto one person and then follow that person and slowly make their way towards that person.
Oh no.
And then kill them.
No, thank you.
Except if you hide and stay hidden long enough, then when the lady gets to you, the non-derogatory slapper gets to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what she does. She slaps you. She is a slapper.
She slaps you so hard you die.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Literally does like a big clap thing and then kills you.
Goodness.
If you hide and stay hidden well enough, she'll just move on to the next person, but you know you're targeted because there's just a ghostly visage that comes over your screen of 2 hands on either side of of your like view,
ready to slap you.
And it's like, oh no, she's coming after me.
That's really good.
And it's just like I don't like this because She doesn't make any noise. She just slowly walks towards you and then slaps you to death. And
Right.
it's more than a little difficult, we'll say.
Right.
But it's fun, it's stupid, it's everything you want from Bill's Night, which is chaos, anarchy. You'll be running around the map and then you'll hear a bunch of guns go off. And of course, because we can't help ourselves, Bill has a mod now which allows you to go in debt in REPO.
Yeah, how's that going?
So the whole thing with this mod is you, for every 20,000 you go in debt, it doubles up the number of monsters in the game.
Doubles?
Doubles.
Okay. I thought it was gonna be like there's like one or two more monsters in a level,
No,
just like a little bit. Nope. Okay. Doubles.
It doubles them up.
Okay.
So the whole time you're just like, well, okay, I guess this is what it is now, I guess.
Right.
I'm just gonna be stuck here. But the problem with it is the math doesn't show up great.
Oh, like,
So, like,
how much you're in debt versus how much,
yeah, it doesn't
how many
give you
enemies you're gonna
it doesn't
get.
give you a total.
Gotcha.
So the very first time we played with it, so this time when we played with it, we were like 25k in debt, and there was like 5 or 10 of those big red guys who suck you in and then hit you with the giant hammer on
Right.
the one map, and that was our undoing.
Oh,
Last
I mean,
time when we
understandable.
played, yeah, last time when we played, we got to this point where like we just buy all of the guns, and then it's up to Bill and Rob to get us back to level ground by killing all of the monsters that appear, so we can get their valuable balls and put them in the thing.
Mhm.
I'm vetoing that as a title
Yep,
right now.
nope, not happening.
But it becomes their job. But the problem is, like, you'll go in the shop and it'll be like, okay, we've got 30 grand, we spent 50, so it'll say like minus 20. And then if you put something else on the pad that's like 2 grand or whatever, it'll say like minus 2. It doesn't say minus 22 plus minus 2. It just says minus 2.
Okay.
And when we were playing it, I was saying to everyone in the room, I was like, hey, I think we're like 60 grand in the hole at this point, just so everybody knows. If you hit that buy button, I think we're about to go like 60 grand under.
Right.
No, it's not that bad. Look, it doesn't say minus 60. It says like minus 13.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, then put something else on and let's see what it says. And then it went to minus 7, which made sense based on the math.
Right.
I was like, okay, so now it's breaking me to try and make me make sense of this.
Right.
I was like, well, okay, let's load into the level, and I guarantee you we'll have so many monsters that we're gonna be in trouble.
Yep.
And we went in, and there was so many monsters, and we were in trouble.
Go figure.
It may have taken multiple deaths of every single crew member for them to finally be like, maybe Moon was right. Maybe Moon was right that there is too many people.
Just say it louder. Maybe Moon is
we're
right.
that far in debt. Yeah, it was bananas, insane, fun, chaos, anarchy time.
Oh man.
But yes, it is what it is. Come join us every 2 weeks. Keep an eye out at LFG. We always post on there too. Bill's in charge of it for now because I'm too busy to do anything, so that can happen. We already have other lift games. That is the correct terminology.
Yes.
Lift.
Low impact friend times.
Yes.
I'm seeing
Okay,
a lot of
we are-
people call them, instead of friend slop games, which is a term we reject outright, is just friend games. And I like that too.
Or
And-
multiplayer games.
Well, I think there's I think the thing
It's a
that
specific cast. of
yeah, it's a
these
specific
games, I
like
think.
subcategory of like these games aren't super hard and you're kind of not meant to win them. It's just the chaos is the fun.
Yes. So
I know who we're speaking to.
That's right.
People who like to make lists and like to categorize everything.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
well, I watch a streamer, and I have seen that streamer play RV there yet.
Yes, RV there
Which,
yet is apparently the next big friend game.
yes, that breached containment and made its way into the group chat,
Mm-hmm.
where I was like, hey, Steam just fed me this. I think this
We
is
got a
what we
brand
need to
new
think
one.
about.
Check this
And
out.
it's like, I know about it, but we just got repo working and we've still got peak on the docket,
Yeah,
so we'll get there when we get there, and we can eat all the raw hamburgers you want. I
that's
wish
right.
I wasn't lying. That is something you can do in that game.
Yep.
We'll get there. Other than that, the only thing I played is Deep Rock Galactic Survivor, which I'm assuming both of you have played as well.
Yep.
No.
Oh.
Sadly, no.
Okay, well, I got a little whisper in the ear on Friday from friend of the show, Rob, being like, hey Moon, I've only got 2 achievements left.
Yeah,
Good grief.
what's up with his, like... So, friend of the show and longtime listener, Rob, just posted in the We Were Like a channel on the Discord server, discord.tvgp.tv. It's just like, oh yeah, I got all the achievements on the Xbox version. No big deal. It's like, no, that's a big deal. That's a lot
That's
of
300 achievements.
That's a lot of really difficult achievements too. There's some stuff in there
Uh-huh.
that's nasty.
Uh-huh.
Sheesh.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it. I'm very curious actually about what his playtime is for it.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
it's what he said to me was like, I want to know what the playtime's going to be like for that when I actually get done.
Mhm.
But here's the funny thing: he was still playing it today.
Although I
You
guess to
don't.
be fair, he didn't say I'm done with it. I uninstalled it. He's just like, no, I'm done with it. I got all the achievements, and now I'm gonna keep going.
True. I mean, I've got 234 achievements at this point, Boston. If
Wow,
that
that's
helps.
so many. Sheesh.
I don't even know how many I have so far.
Like,
I'm nowhere near that.
I like this game a lot, a lot.
It's really
Right,
great.
one might say maybe too much. But I'm at the point now where I'm trying to get the gear I need to do the Hazard 5 drops. Because, like, if I go to the very first stage of the missions, Boston, and do, like, the first set of levels, but put them all the way up to Hazard 5, I
Right.
crush them.
Okay.
The
That's
thing that crushes me is going on those maps and going to the end ones and then putting a Hazard 5 on. Because some of the negative perks that you get are insanely difficult.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there's a ghost thing on every level now, it feels like. Also, by the way, you move 40% slower and minerals are harder, and the monsters have plus 400% XP.
Oh my god.
It's like,
How's
oh,
any
no.
one miner supposed to do this?
With 4 guns, as they keep telling me. You could do
True.
what 4 dogs can, but just as long as we give you as much guns as we can.
That's right. Or
It's like,
maybe
oh,
even
no.
a 5th gun.
Yes, maybe even a 5th gun, which... So, for the 5th gun, I will say,
Mm-hmm.
I have changed my mind on its OP-ness.
Okay.
OP apostrophe S, for
Mhm.
those of you listening.
OP-NESS.
Yes. Because
Nobody
I
write that.
feel
Nip,
like
stop
in
it.
certain...
Put that pen down.
I feel like in certain circumstances, you need to focus down on what you have rather than get more.
Right, like spreading the upgrade potential
Spreading
over.
the upgrades out is a
Right.
lot more risky when you have the 6.
Right.
The lethal dive right now is you only get one choice.
Okay. Yikes. Oh, like one
everything.
choice from when you level up.
From when you level up, from when you're in the store, from when you
Oof.
get an upgrade pod, whenever you get anything, you have
Yikes.
one choice.
Okay,
And I
that's
had
a little rough.
killer run going, and then I made the mistake of picking up the gun chest, and it ruined my run because I couldn't get anything to the damage output I needed it to start really doing the thing I needed it to do at the end of the game.
I see. Yikes. Okay.
So, yes, it was rough, we'll say. I put 6 days and 14 hours into that game, by the way.
Jeez. Pharaoh was saying that Bill's got 8 days, 7 hours, and 33 minutes in it.
Jeez, that sounds
So
about
you're
right.
not
I
that
mean,
far
yeah,
behind.
Yeah.
yeah. It's a great game. I enjoy
It
playing it.
is.
Yeah, it's really
Tell
good.
me
I want
about
to.
your progress, Mr. Nimp.
So I played a little bit more with the driller dwarf, and actually the equipment that Boston has with the flamethrower and the acid
Uh-huh.
gun. I actually had that same thing too going, and I actually had the acid gun up to 2 beams.
Yeah,
So
oh,
I
it's
had
so
2
good.
flame and 2 acid going, and
Yeah.
the acid leaves residue on the ground for things to walk on and take some damage with, it looks like. So I was like, all right, this is going pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I have completed all of the masteries for the base weapons. I think I'm at a point right now where there's only a couple more that I have to get to level, what is it, 16 or whatever?
18.
For it
18.
to show up, 18 for
Yeah.
it to show up in the mastery thing.
Right,
Uh-huh.
I think
right.
there's only 2 or 3 weapons that I can do at this point to add those into that area, and then I have to beat. I think I have to get up to like another hazard level, and then it adds
Yeah.
more weapons automatically or
Right,
something
right.
like that. So I've just been messing with that. I've been doing more extraction runs, which have been fine. I'm in the next area past the first gate,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been playing those on hazard level 2, and man, that has gotten kind of difficult.
It's a real difficulty jump.
It is,
Yep.
and I've almost thought of bumping it back down to hazard level 1 for a little bit just to kind of grind out some gear. Because
Mm-hmm.
I have not
Yep.
been getting a ton of gear. Maybe I'm trying to think. In my dives, I get like maybe 1 or 2 pieces, but they haven't always been better than what I already have equipped.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's on hazard level 2 right now, without going back to 1.
Mm.
So that
So,
is something that I started approaching more with the higher hazard levels, is trying to make sure I'm using gear appropriate for the driller type that I'm using. Like the one you're talking about with the flamethrower and the acid.
mhm,
My favorite, he that is one of my favorite loadouts, because if you can get the flamethrower, the acid, the cryo, and the wave beam emitter, that's 4 beam weapons, 4 heavy beam weapons at
Right.
that, and you can just chunk the upgrades really quickly for that. So before
Mm-hmm.
you know it, you are a whirling dervish of nightmare death.
Yeah, because you can focus on
Um,
like one upgrade that will affect all four of your weapons at the
all the
same
weapons,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
yes. Like, but I've been using the heavy gunner. I've got more and more into the heavy gunner, the guy who has the
The
explosive
projectile
rounds and
thing.
like the
I
big
just
rifle.
unlocked him
Mm.
this yesterday as well.
I started really getting into him, but the problem I ran into was my best gear was all status effect stuff. So I literally had to go in and take all of his gear off and change it from status effect stuff to range, critical chance, projectile damage,
Yeah.
fire rate, that kind of
Gotcha.
stuff. And then it made such a big difference with him. He started chewing through like bosses real quick.
Yeah, like once you get
Okay.
to the point where you like have to make a loadout, and the game makes it really easy. It's not like it's a trial or anything, but you eventually get to the point where I think I'm at that point too, where it's like, okay, I need to make a loadout for this specific character. I can't just say equip the best stuff. Let's go. It's like, no, I should really focus on the strengths and like start min-maxing this character's loadout instead of just being like, it'll be fine. Whatever. Equip all the purples. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's still where I'm at right now too. I'm not far enough in to have to worry about that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, outside of that, I haven't really done a whole lot. It's mostly just been okay. I'm just gonna play a run or two.
Yep.
Cool. All right, now I gotta move on to something else here and get back
Yep.
to schoolwork or something. So,
Honestly, it's been my go-to. I've got 10 minutes. I'm just gonna play this, do a run or two, or try and do a run or two, as the case is often, and then just be like, "Yep, I'm done. I'm on my way. Bye bye."
Yep.
yep, yeah. So, good game,
Yeah.
fun game.
Love it.
Yep. Take us away, Nimp.
All right, the first game I want to talk about this week is Hell Is Us.
Oh, okay.
I had mentioned last week that I just started playing it, but hadn't really gotten very far into it, and so I was going to kind of talk about it this week. Um, this is an action game, but not a Souls-like action game.
Not a
Just a
genre
general.
game?
I'm sorry, what?
Not as you know it, Jim. Or-
Yes.
This ain't your
It's just
father's action game.
Yeah, it's just a normal, well, story-wise not so much, but it's just a normal, you run around and explore in, like, these hub areas kind of action game. Before you even start the game, it gives you a fun little warning that I took a screenshot of because I thought it was kind of funny, and I'm going to read this to you. When you start the game, you get a splash screen that says, "Warning, our game has no map. No markers indicating where people or things are, where to go to next, or who to talk to. We will never tell you precisely what must be done or how to do it. To thrive in Hell Is Us, you will need to pay attention to your environment, listen, and be vigilant."
Okay, I respect it.
Yeah.
It's not a game for me right now.
Right.
So, yeah, because I have in my phone my own little note section here.
Yeah, there we go.
Which, if I can zoom it all the way out, these are the things that I have discovered so far that I still need to take care of in just the first area.
So
The
Nimp is
first
showing,
section of the first area.
Nimp is showing a list of things on his phone that fills the entire phone screen of just notes that he's working on.
That's zoomed out, so that way I
Right.
can get them on there. My notes include things like, what was the OG? Oh, the OG stands for Organized Nations, the United Nations equivalent. I have a note that I scratched out here: Gold Watch to Old Man.
Naturally, yep.
Another note: people locked behind door that needs a plaque of some sort, something about an office in some place called Trust, find in Toolage.
I love that this almost sounds like a dream journal. Like,
It's basically what it is. Like,
It feels like you're just making a noun generator. I'm
it's
not
like a
gonna lie.
Beck song. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, and I've got, like, my next note: need 2 cubes for a door? Question mark. Trench area. Trench area. Need a key. Maybe a dagger? Question mark. For the tower door? Question mark.
Also a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
The
finding all
dagger is
kinds
the
of
key?
weird random stuff. So this game starts out, your main character is tied to a chair and has a polygraph tester just strapped to you.
Where are the
And
numbers, Mason?
That's right.
basically, you wake up, there's a smoking guy across the table from you who's like, "Hey, I'm going to ask you some questions so we can figure out what you were doing there in this area." And it's all like super hush hush, like you were thinking Black Ops kind of crap, where this dude is just sitting there smoking a cigarette, and your character's like, "Why would I tell you?" And he's like, "Oh, you see that IV you got hooked up? We've got truth serum in there. We'll just give it a moment to kind of go through your system so that way you can tell us what's going on." And the
Why
story
tie someone to a polygraph and give them truth serum at the same time?
Right.
Isn't this
make
redundant?
sure- I don't know. I didn't write the game.
I mean,
But to make
maybe
sure
they
it's
come
flowing
from
right.
maybe they come from the tech sector and they have double redundancies. That would make sense.
That's true.
I mean, if they were from the tech sector, they would know that polygraph tests are BS anyway. So why bother?
Give me all your NFTs, Mason.
Basically. So as the truth serum starts to kick in, the guy just asks,
What about the apes, Mason? What about
Tell
the
me
apes?
about the apes. What about the ape juice?
the guy asks you just a general question. So what were you doing there? And your character starts to respond, and then the game opens up with, you find out that your character lived in a country called Hadia. Your parents had a smuggler smuggle you out of this country
Okay.
because nothing great is going on right now. Also, this game takes place in like 1993 when you start playing.
Okay.
So the whole point of them getting you out of there was that it's a war-torn country. There are two populaces that live there. They're basically the exact same group. They just believe a little differently in their religion. If you think
If this was part of the Strange Reel, I would not be surprised. I'm just saying.
yeah,
For those of you who don't know what that is, Google the Strange Reel. It's incredible.
yes. So these two groups of people absolutely hate each other. Think real world events, and this is kind of what it's focusing on a little bit here. Your character, as an adult, because he'd worked his way through the foster care program, he aged out. He decided he wants to go back to that country, his home country, to find his parents, but he can't. So the only way that he could go about it is joining the OU, or I'm sorry, the ON, Organized Nations, and he could go in there as a peacekeeping task force to just kind of get but aid and all that stuff, food, medicine, all that stuff to the people that live in this country. At some point, as you are getting ready to ship out, everything breaks out and civil war starts happening in that country. So everything is called back. And you decide to just sneak in anyway with all of your gear. You get in there, you find it's kind of trying to figure out a way to say this without having to put in warnings in here. It's not good. There are war crimes happening in this country.
Oh, okay.
And they are not shy from showing you these war crimes. And I don't feel at this point that it's done in a bad way. It's not like oh, hey, look at this, aren't we kind of edgy thing? No, it's
right.
It's kind of like a legitimate
profiteering. You think
it's kind of like a legitimate storytelling vehicle at this point. So as you are exploring and as you get into into these areas, you find this temple that you get into, an underground temple, and you come across the creepiest kind of enemy ever. It's this white thing that doesn't have a face, but it looks like a human, and it does the thing that we all love, that weird twitchy mannequin walk, the Silent Hill 2 nurses. And they do that thing where they get a burst of speed, so they're all super twitchy as they come running at you. It's great. You find out real quick that your sidearm that you have does not work on them.
Oh, perfect.
Cool. A person dressed all in black with a poncho, because apparently 2025 is the year of the poncho, as well as 2024 and 2023 with Star Wars, shows up with this weird glowing sword and cuts them down. Okay. And they are very hurt and they end up dying. And in the most unceremonial method of introduction, your character just grabs their equipment and puts it on. Doesn't make mention of it or anything. That character who saved you just flat out dies. There is no, it's oh, help save something. No.
Right.
They're dead. You just take their gear. It's all right, cool. So now you have a drone that also works as a flashlight and can also attack things with you.
It's the game with the drone. That's right.
It is 100%. So I have a drone. I now have a PDA, an old school PDA that
your Apple
there is an option.
Does it say BlackBerry on it?
No, it does not. But it is. You know what this is.
Yeah.
There is an option in the settings where you can not have it boot up every time you turn it on, so it just goes straight to the menu.
Okay.
I like the boot up because it does the full run times of memory tests, power scanning, all that stuff. It runs all of it. It's great.
Art.
It's all and you get all that, and the game doesn't really tell you what to do. As I read in the warning, you're just kind of okay, I have to proceed somehow. And you just keep exploring these areas until you find, oh, hey, there's something over here. Let me go travel over there and take a look.
Yeah.
I am at a point where I have found this key for an APC, and the APC is what you use to travel in between these different points on the map.
Okay.
Each point on the map is basically an open bubble for you to explore, but you cannot connect. You cannot walk from one area to another. It's just you go back to the APC, you pull up your map, and you tell it go here, and now you're in this area to explore. So it's not completely open world, but the areas that you are exploring are pretty big, and there's enough random stuff that I've found where it's I know I should go check this back corner because there's probably something there, but what I didn't notice was that way over here behind this random tree is just this one glowy thing that I needed to unlock a door over here on the other side of the map kind of thing. So there's a lot of it's very easy to miss something if you're not paying attention in this
Right.
game. I am now at the point, I have 3 areas unlocked. I'm trying to figure out how far I can progress without, I guess, losing progress in their side quests. Because they're called, in this game, they're called like good deeds.
Mm-hmm.
And your PDA will track if you have found a good deed, but it doesn't tell you anything about it.
Oh,
So
okay.
currently, as an example, I found a woman who is trying to feed this baby, and she ran out of formula like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You find empty bottles of like baby bottles. I have been to 3 different locations, have not found anything or anyone that knows anything about finding baby formula.
Interesting.
On the other hand, I found this canister of medication, these pills for a heart condition. I know they're going to go to somebody. I haven't
Sure.
found anybody with a heart condition
Right.
yet. So it's that kind of thing where it's like, okay, I have this stuff. I now need to try to figure out where the person is that needs it so that way I can get whatever. And then it
Right.
will give me whatever. So it's like, all right, cool. This has been very interesting. Getting into the darker moments of this game, I will put a warning here because it's not graphic, but there is a scene in here where you find out that a group of these people were living with another group of these people. And I'm not giving names for specific reasons here.
Mm-hmm.
One group of people took these kids to a marsh, and the kids never came back.
Oh boy.
You find the kids,
Uh-huh.
and it is not great.
Oh, are they all monsterized?
No,
Oh.
they were killed,
Okay. That's also bad.
in not a great way.
Right.
So that's the kind of thing where this game doesn't shy away from that kind of stuff.
Sure.
It's more, unfortunately, it's more real world in that if you pay attention
Right.
to certain world news that's happening.
But like you said earlier, it's not trying to like use it for shock value. It's more like
Yeah.
this is how the world is.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And it, even when you do find them, it doesn't even, like, it took me a moment to realize what was going on in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a little bit longer to find them. And I was like, man, wow, okay.
Right.
And then I just kind of continued on. And there's a bit of a side quest to go along with everything that's happening there,
Mm-hmm.
which I won't get into right now. But yeah, this game does not shy away from that kind of thing. In fact, I don't think I have played a game since Dead Space that was like, oh, kids are not off the table
Right.
on this.
Right.
So it's very few and far between. And same thing with like Dead Space. I don't think Dead Space did a bad, that sucked. That whole thing where it's like you're going through, like, you have to go
Yep.
through this daycare, and I'm like,
I don't
this
wanna.
is not going to be cool.
Please don't make me.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's kind of that thing.
Yeah.
That stupid jump scare moon.
Oh my god, yeah. Oof.
So, outside of that, so getting back more into the game mechanics and outside of the story, I just wanted people to know that if you do think of playing this game, just know that it doesn't kid glove you with this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you were gonna see kind of bad
There's
things.
there's no like GPS line of like, you've selected this good deed. Why don't you follow
Correct.
the line to the next encampment? It's like, nah, man, you figure it out. Good luck.
Correct. Oh, and you've got it just in
Reminds
time
me
for the
of like
video,
Yeah.
because that's the mannequin
feels like
things
a-
that you fight. Anyway.
it feels like a Resident Evil mixed with a Stalker game.
Feyrer in chat says giving me Alan Wake vibes a bit. Seems like it's kind of like a mix of all of these kind of influences overall.
Yeah. So yeah, around Stalker, Roadside Picnic, SCP, all that fun stuff.
Right.
That stuff is in here, which is why this kind of caught my attention,
Mm-hmm.
and why I've been very interested in checking it out. but system-wise, so you get, after this cutscene, this is where you pick up your sword,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got my weakness of filling bars because every time you use a weapon, it gains experience. Your character
Yeah.
does not gain experience, your weapons gain experience, and every
Okay.
time they level
Oh,
up,
it's
they
this
get
guy, I think.
powerful.
Yeah. That's the good stuff.
So, as your weapons will only level up to a certain point, because they're grade 1. So when you at grade 1, all your weapons max out at level 4.
Okay.
When you eventually find someone who can work on your weapons, you can increase the grade of your weapon, which then increases the level. So right now, I did find this individual, and I now have all of my weapons up to grade 2. So now they can all be leveled up to to level 8.
Gotcha.
and the
Okay.
and the whole point of increasing their grade is, yes, you get to continue leveling them up, and they get to do more damage, but you now have unlocked, once a weapon gets to grade 2, these equipment slots, which each weapon has 3. And when you
It's got the
increase,
dangly charms thing too. I see how it is.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so you get it to grade 2, you now get to select, and I'm not 100% on all of this, but you get to select one of the 4, it's basically emotions that this
Okay.
weapon turns into, and it changes how it looks, and it changes the type of add-on that you could put on that weapon. And there's
Ah, okay.
so if you change like your main sword into a rage weapon, you can equip rage add-ons, and you can equip neutral add-ons to that weapon, but you cannot include the other, like tranquility or euphoria, I think was one of the other ones.
Hmm.
um But you find, actually, I have found, you find more of the same weapon. So if you do decide to make a sword into a rage sword, you'll find another one of that sword, just get it up to level 4, and then you can upgrade it to grade 2 and choose it to go into the ecstasy, whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
that way you have that version of it. And they do change forms when you change what version they are.
Interesting.
So, all right, so there's some interesting things that I can mess with
Yeah.
here. So far, there's only a normal sword, a great sword, dual axes, and a pole arm. As far as I know, those are the only weapon types that you have in this game.
Okay.
I have gone through and made each one of those weapon types, each one of the different emotions, so that way I have like one of each type right
Okay.
Okay,
now.
so all of your weapons shop a hot topic is what you're telling me.
Yes,
Yes.
100%. More buckles.
That's right.
So from I actually looked up a guide for this real quick because I wanted to make sure this does not impact weapon damage. Like there's no, yeah, let me bring that back. So if you're fighting an enemy that is red, meaning they use like rage damage or whatever, there's no rock paper scissors mechanic for this.
Oh,
You
okay.
can still do the same amount of damage using a rage weapon against that rage enemy, or if you use ecstasy against that rage enemy, it doesn't matter.
Right, but
It just
tranquility doesn't do double damage to rage enemies or
correct.
whatever.
And you're
Gotcha.
not taking more damage because you can do the same thing with your defensive stuff that you can equip as well.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter what you're using. It only matters to you, the player, of, hey, I really like the idea of being able to lasso an enemy and yank them towards me and they stun me. Well, I guess I'm going the ecstasy route then.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the rage one is a whole lot of just, I'm going to stagger you and I am going to jack you up
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. So it's kind of more just whatever play style you're enjoying at that time.
Hmm.
And like I said, so far I found multiples of the same type of weapon. So it's not like you're locked in. You'll eventually find another weapon and you can try the other SKUs as well. It's like, all right, cool. That's all very interesting.
Yeah.
The one more thing that makes the combat system a little more interesting as well is the amount of health you have is tied directly to the amount of stamina that you have. So if
Oh,
you are
interesting.
low on health, you are low on stamina.
Hmm.
It will only charge as much as you have health.
Interesting.
To kind of counter that, in this video, you guys have seen a little bit, but there, as you're fighting, a white circle will develop around the character. once that becomes solid, you have like a second to hit R1, and your character will heal off of that.
Oh,
So
huh.
that'll increase your health and that will increase your stamina. There are healing items that you can use as well. But I've been using just primarily that. I don't even remember what they call it, but it's basically like spirit healing. And that's been keeping me topped off for most of the game so far, what little bit I've played. So that was very interesting. There have been a couple times where I've gotten real close to dying just because I was trying out like a great sword and the thing moves stupid slow in this game, but hits really hard.
Hmm.
Not great when you've got like 5 enemies coming at you though from different angles.
Right.
And the blocking in this, as I've been playing it, it does not feel like it's omnidirectional blocking. It's basically if you're holding block, you're only blocking what's in front of you. You're not blocking behind and to the sides like you are with some other games.
Right.
So it's been real cool to play this.
Yeah.
I did have to just, like I said, there's been a couple story beats that I hit. There have been good story beats and helping people, which has been great. But there is some really dark story beats that I've already hit on this that I'm like, huh. I need to play something that's not as serious for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Let's fire up a
so I can get
Katamari
back
game
in.
for a minute.
Yeah, but I really like it though.
Right.
Even with the story getting as dark as it has been getting, it's kind of like a weird breath of fresh air where I don't normally see this in a video game. We see dumb dark stuff. We see the gore. We see the violence. But like I was saying earlier, we don't ever see the kids being involved with this.
Right.
Or a whole lot of talking of the particular types of violence that is happening in the background in this country right now.
Right.
So it has been very interesting to get that in a video game.
Yeah.
It just sucks that it happens to be now in this day and age.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yup.
So moving on to my next game, I was like, hey, this game is great and all. I need to just not
Blue
feel
Sky?
bad about myself right now.
Yep.
So I did some digging, and I decided that I was going to check out Saints Row, the 2022 game.
Ah.
What platform are you on?
PlayStation 5.
Is Saints Row cross-platform?
I don't know if it is or isn't.
I'm checking.
So I got it. I have it free on Epic because I almost installed it on my computer. But then I remembered that I got it for free a couple months ago on PlayStation. This is like, well, I can play it on the Portal on my PlayStation. So
there you go.
Let's boot that up on there.
Find it.
Are they not crossplay?
No. It's brand generational cross platform. So 4 and 5, 1 and series.
Right.
It is not cross platform because I need somebody to help me get one of the achievements in that I locked myself out of.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you run
So you
into an issue with that last one.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
So, where do you even start with this game? It's made me laugh.
Uh-huh.
There's been a couple. So, let's get this out of the way first. It sounds like this game released rough.
Yeah.
It did.
Like, really
And
rough.
even during the time I played it, the updates that they put out were incredible.
Yes. Right now, November 23rd, 2025, have not come across any issues so far that I have read online that everyone else has complained about on my normal PS5. So just to give everyone that baseline for right now. Who knows? Next week I may be like, yeah, game keeps crashing and I can't do anything.
Right.
Who knows?
Uh-huh.
But I have created my character. I went through the first mission of you have applied to be a part of the Marshals, which is basically like a security group that doesn't care about anything besides protecting their contract.
Uh-huh.
And you, of course, bungle it all up, but you still complete the mission, just not the way your boss wants you to complete the mission. So you don't get fired, but you basically get told you better step in line. And if you've played a Saints Row game, that's not what this is about, and that's
Right.
not what your
Yep.
character
That's
is
not what we
about.
do here.
Yeah. So there is another mission that you eventually do, and everything goes sideways despite you literally killing an army that's invading a museum, and you get fired. And everything goes wrong. Oh, I forgot to mention too. You have like a group of friends. There's what, three other people that you're with, and you're sharing a very nice apartment.
Yep. And you're all a bunch of washouts.
Yeah, and you're basically working for other people or other gangs, and once you get fired, everything kind of goes wrong for all of your friends as well. And you've all kind of decided, hey, we're really good at the things that we do. I'm great at murdering people. You're great at financing.
Right.
Let's just do our own thing. And I have acquired a church on 3rd Street, which is great.
Acquired is the correct way to place to phrase that.
And I have just been going around doing all kinds of just dumb, fun stuff that I'm like, you know what? This is how a Saints game should be.
Yeah.
And it has been a while since I've played 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are definitely like peak Saints Row.
Oh yeah.
They also were part of a very slow escalation. Like
Yes.
1, 2, 3, and 4 were a very slow escalation of GTA like, kind of GTA like with a twist. Let's just go insane. Like
Yes.
that was the escalation, and they couldn't go anywhere further from that. So I think the reboot was a solid idea. You had to reset before you could do the quote unquote Saints Row stuff again.
And that was kind of my thought process as well, was basically Saints Row 4 went so far off the rails and was so great that you couldn't come back from that, really, especially with the way they ended it, which I kind of felt like that was intentional, because it kind of felt like that was supposed to be the last Saints Row game.
Yes.
Saints Row through time, basically. So,
Yeah.
which that could have made a great Saints Row game of just picking a time period and jacking things up. But anyway, keeping up with the craziness, I randomly have a broomstick that I can skateboard on that flies.
Incredible.
I don't know what free thing that came from.
So, have you already started like jumping out of cars and riding on their roofs?
I have to start doing that because that's one of the challenges for the pistol. I have to kill like 10 people while roof surfing so that I can get the upgrade for it.
A good example of how far this game has come is when when it came out, if you jumped on top of the roof of the car, it slowed down and drove in a straight line. So they now have that auto drive GPS in there where it'll just keep going to whatever your checkpoint is.
Oh, okay.
And you could just stand on the top of it and ride it the whole way there.
That
is a good example of a positive change. That is something that was in the previous Saints Row that wasn't in this, that should have been from the get-go.
Right.
But it wasn't.
Another thing that I have discovered is that you have skills, and they use your little diamond pips that you have above your health bar. I have
your adrenaline bars, I believe that.
Yes. I have discovered, and I have relished any time I have to stand my own ground and people show up in a car, I will just chuck a grenade, blow up everything, and I will get my adrenaline pips back because I have killed so many people between that grenade, the car, and the 6 vans that just blew up. So I was like, all right, cool. We're going to keep that going. So one of the missions that I just completed, one of the side missions, is you get a map and you get to pick on these vacant lots a business venture that you were going to do.
Yep.
And I forgot what the other 2 choices were, but one of them really stood out to me, and that was basically, hey, why don't we just do a food stall?
Okay.
Okay. This food stall It's actually a restaurant. Involves you dealing with food trucks. And the whole idea is all the food trucks in this area, yeah, they sell food. They also sell drugs. That's how drugs get around in this area.
Naturally.
You need to go there, kill the crew, and then steal the truck that is loaded down with drugs and bring it back so that we can sell the drugs.
Mm-hmm. Can you remember the name of the business venture, by the way? Because I googled it because I knew it was good.
Yes, it is. Oh God, what is it? I can't remember how it's stated. I it's two different words smashed together.
Yes, it's Chalupa Cabra.
Yes.
Jesus. Sure.
So, I am riding around in my taco truck, listening to mariachi music,
Perfect.
and massacring other gangs and stealing their food truck.
I love it.
This is the kind of BS that I needed right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So you have to do that with all these other trucks. One being Frosty's, which is a soft serve food truck. There's King Chicken. There's I Dream of Weenie, which is a hot dog food truck.
Incredible.
And the whole thing is you go there, like I said, you kill the crew, you steal the truck, you come back. As you're driving back to your restaurant, you have people that are trying to stop you. So now you're doing all the crazy stuff. Like, hey, yeah, your vehicle drives straight, but if you hit this button combination, you can slide left or right.
Yeah, it does.
And-
The
sleeping dogs.
Yes.
Right.
And just ram them into buildings, pedestrians, cars, whatever, and they'll blow up.
Incredible.
It has been amazing. I was riding around in basically a U-Haul, had it damaged enough that I was like, I'm going to hit one more thing. This is going to catch on fire, and I'm just going to Dukes of Hazzard this thing into one of the food trucks that I need to get. I killed everybody in that area. I didn't even have to clear it anymore. It was just like, all right, go grab the food truck. I'm like, this is working out the way God intended.
That's right. This is how Saints Row should go.
Yes.
Yep.
This is just fun. I haven't even gotten to like the cool stuff yet that I know is in the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the basic, hey, you have a pistol and an assault rifle. I got an RPG. I don't have any ammo for it because we're broke. So it's like, these are your basic weapons. And then I got like 50 grand, went into the closest gun shop and bought every gun that they have. And now I'm running around with a taser and just tasering people to death.
Yeah.
Like what was that game that you could do that in? Siphon Filter.
Siphon
It is
Right.
100% Siphon Filter, where they just keep going and going and going until they're on fire.
So good.
Yep.
It's just dumb. It's what Saints Row should be. So
I
I am
don't
definitely-
know when you'll get it, but I don't think it's a criminal venture, but there is a great because you get criminal ventures, which are the things that you do, like the food truck stuff, which is passive income that you'll just generate that you collect on your phone, and then there'll also be like little side missions. I don't know when you get it, but the one where you just go to places and rate them 1 star and get
I
attacked
just
by
did that.
everybody.
Yes, I
is
just did that one.
hilariously funny.
That's great.
Yeah, because you can choose. So the mission he was just talking about, you go to a specific location, your character pulls out their phone, and you can choose to give them a 5-star, and you see what they would write for the review. And as you drop the stars down, the reviews change and they get a lot more aggressive. I can't tell you what they say on this
Sure,
podcast.
right.
But yeah, you drop it down to 1, and then as soon as you send it, people who own the organization come to attack you.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Because it's basically like Yelp, how everyone kept getting angry when they would get 1-star reviews and they would start attacking the reviewers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a take on that, basically. So that was when I learned the whole thing about the grenade trick, because I would have like 5 or 6 cars show up and I threw a grenade by one time and just wiped everybody out and had the grenade up and running again. I'm like, huh, that is a very good way. And then I have a proximity mine now too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just chaos. This is all I wanted, was just dumb, fun, stupid quips, for me to be like, that was dumb, and then do something really cool in attack helicopter.
Right. Do something else that's dumb.
I feel
Yeah.
like we haven't had one of these games at this scale since this game.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I haven't
Like
heard
you've
of
got
anything
your
else.
like isometric 2D versions and like stuff like that, but I feel like the market is missing a good Saints Row game right now.
Yeah.
And I would love to have another one, but unfortunately, what Volition was what canned,
The entire thing is shuttered. Yes.
Yeah, they shut
Yeah.
everything down.
and there's no other side projects of anyone doing the same thing. Everyone's just kind of waiting on GTA, which I don't have an issue with Grand Theft Auto. At some point, I may check out 6
Sure.
whenever it releases, God willing, you know? Those have never been my bag. I have always been, I think San Andreas is the only one that I had fully beaten.
Okay.
I went and played 5, beat that. It was fine. But like the story and stuff for GTA just never clicked with me. It always seemed boring. The shooting never felt great. The driving never felt great.
Yeah.
But I understand technologically, you know, it was the first real 3D city map that we could go exploring in.
Yeah.
And that's great. But I don't feel like they've ever done anything main game wise with it. Online stuff is all completely different. That's all community based.
That's a whole separate game at this point. Like,
yeah, the community is the reason why the online is working so well. You take
Right.
the community out, it's just another boring place to go exploring to
Right.
me.
Yeah.
But that's why I've liked the Saints Row games as well, because it's like, all right, cool. 20 hours into this game and I have a hover motorcycle.
yeah.
I have these homing missiles, you know. Oh, look, I can just fly now.
Right.
Yeah,
Why
You know?
not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the best Superman game you can get without the licensing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am glad that this seems to be in a better place. I am enjoying I think I've played it for 3 hours so far, and where I'm at, there's enough dumb fart poop jokes in here that I'm like, yes, this is what I need right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But outside, and I will say the character creator is pretty good in this game.
Oh,
Like,
that's right. I forgot about that.
really
That
good.
that actually improved a lot too, to be honest.
Nice.
So there's that as well. But outside of that, that is all I've played this week. Boston, what fun stuff have you been into?
Well, I played more Ball Pit. I put maybe another hour into this. I was able to. Last time we talked about the farm, which is the one where it automatically collects wheat from all of the wheat fields around the farm. It's like a 6 or 7 minute timer, something like that. Sorry. It doesn't collect all of the wheat. It collects one wheat from each field around you. It does more wheat on a shorter timer as you upgrade the building. I've unlocked the same thing for lumber. So I unlocked I think it's called the lumber yard, or the mill or something. So it's nice to see that there are additional methods to mitigate the city building stuff and like the city building harvesting if that's not something you want to do. I also just unlocked a mine, so that will do something similar for gold. As you hit it, it gets X number of gold per bounce off of it while you're in the kind of town building thing. You're getting a lot of gold when you're doing a level anyway, so gold is kind of not the concern. It's always the wheat and the wood is real, and stone. Those are the kind of real concerns. So I think that's really nice from the perspective of a lot of people understandably frustrated about the sort of city building stuff of like, all right, you can just keep playing and we'll keep handing you a bunch of the materials. So that's cool. I haven't unlocked, I haven't really built too much more in my city at the moment. I'm really kind of focusing on building the buildings that I've already placed down, and kind of, I realized that if I take the buildings that I had already built and kind of make just one big funnel out of them and just, move everything that automatically collects off to the side now, and just say, all right, anything that I want to build, I'm going to put in this big tunnel, basically, and just bounce the stuff back and forth across them and just try and build them like that. And that seems to have worked a lot better. So the city building stuff is going super well. I did unlock another level and a new character. The level that I unlocked is called the Liminal Desert. It's a desert level. You know, we've had our regular level, we've had our snow level, we've had our desert level. The new character I unlocked, I can't even remember what their name is, but they have a bunch of benefits. They start with a laser, which the laser is easily one of the best weapons in this game. But they pick all of the upgrades for you. You no longer get to pick which upgrades you get. And that extends to, you know, the typical roguelike 3 options when you pop up. There's just like a big cartoon hand that goes click and picks one of them for you automatically. But it also counts for the little rainbow swirls you pick up that do the fission and the fusion and the evolution. It picks those for you automatically as well, including the evolution. So it really is just you're like Jesus take the wheel, the run, essentially, of just like, hey man, I'm just gonna see if I can make any of this work, and hopefully we'll get a good synergy, and if we don't, okay, cool. It's gonna be a wild run either way. So I'm still really enjoying it. I sort of am feeling a bit of a difficulty leap here on the 3rd level. It didn't take me as long as expected to clear the 3rd level, so I'm probably going to have to go back to the 2nd area and get more blueprints from there and build some more buildings, because the thing that the game is really pushing me on now is each of the characters have 5 or 6 stats, and every time you level up you get 1 point in one of those stats, and it's like intelligence, strength, agility, and stuff like that. And each one of those, the game does a really great job of saying, like, if you upgrade strength, your AoE attacks are bigger. If you upgrade intelligence, it does, I don't remember what it does, but one of them is like your balls return and shoot out faster, and stuff like that. What the game really wants me to do at this point is build a bunch of buildings that change how those stats grow. So how they grow right now is at level E, and it's basically, like I just said, every time you level up, you get 1 more point. But every time when you build a building, like say the one for strength, now that moves the upgrade from E to D, and each one of those stats grows faster when you're in a run. So that seems to be where the game wants me to spend my time right now, is like, you need to build these buildings, and then your character can get stronger faster within a run. And then it looks like the first time you finish a level, there's a shrine you can build that upgrades one of the stats in the game overall permanently. It'll be like, every time you clear the ice area with anybody, you get a 0.05 upgrade to AoE. So the more times you're clearing this, which you're probably going to do anyway, because there's bonuses for clearing each of the stages as each character, you'll get an additional stat bonus. So it really seems like the game is sort of saying, like, you need to invest in your run, obviously, like, you need to make the right upgrade choices, but you also need to invest in the city building stuff to make sure that every level up you have is giving you the biggest benefit possible. So that's pretty interesting. I was sort of expecting the city building stuff to just be, you know, put all your wheat fields here and bounce your characters off of them, and then everything will be fine, no big deal. but it's kind of neat to see that the meta progression extends to stats as well as kind of the materials and the currency.
Okay.
Ball Pit still seems really cool. People have said it's not super long. I think a lot of people are saying like, yeah, I kind of saw everything in like 15 and 20 hours, which is great. I love a roguelike that's 100 hours and you're playing it.
Good.
Yeah, like I love playing a roguelike for Enter the Gungeon amounts of time or Isaac amounts of time, but I also do like roguelikes that's like, yeah, it's a cool mechanic and it doesn't overstay its welcome, which seems like that's what Ball Pit will be like.
And who knows? Maybe they'll add DLC that will give you better maps or villages or whatever.
Yeah, you could easily see this where it's like, yeah, it's $2 and we added another level or something. You know, like it.
Yeah.
It seems like it could be one of those things. So, Ball Pit still seems really great. I haven't put a ton of time into it. I think I put maybe 3 hours into it total, and it seems really great. So highly recommended. I'm playing on PS5 and it works great over there. So please, more developers put out stuff like across all platforms when it comes out, which would be great. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
appreciate it. Last game here to talk about is Demonschool. Finally out. Thankfully. Also thanks to Soaksong. This one's really straightforward. It is a turn-based, grid-based RPG that is a whole lot like Persona 1 and 2. Specifically not like Persona 3, 4, and 5. The developers have been out there doing a lot of interviews specifically saying it's like early Shin Megami Tensei games, which is a sort of a important distinction here. But it's really your character is going to this island to attend college. She makes a bunch of friends there, and oh yeah, also demons are actually real, and we're going to go into the demon realm every time we fight demons. So it kind of meets all of those things. The battle system is really, really interesting so far. It's really focused on, first off, there's essentially an end zone for both you and the enemy. If enemies get to your end zone, they'll break the defenses, and if they get past that one more time, you lose. And on your end, you're trying to defeat X number of enemies in Y number of turns, and whenever you defeat that many enemies, their essentially end zone opens up. You step in there, you finish your turn, you win the battle. If you do it under the turn requirement, you get a bunch of bonuses. Essentially, at this point in the game, you're getting a bunch of bonuses that help you learn skills in a skill tree.
I just had flashback to some of the worst maps in Front Mission.
Thankfully, nothing has been too bad like that. But what's really interesting about Demonschool is it's very push and pull focused. It's really focused on your main character, Faye, is going to punch an enemy and it's going to move a tile back. And if they move into one of your party members, you do a double attack. Essentially, you do like a team-up attack. If they move into another enemy, they push them back and they do a little bit of damage. If you have a whole bunch of enemies lined up, all of them in a row will take damage in this like domino sort of thing.
Nice.
Oh, but like the Shinobi Shosho, the Shogun Showdown.
Yes, Shogun Showdown, a lot like that, yeah. But in like an SRPG kind of grid thing. And your other character that you start with, she will switch places with an enemy and debuff them, so they'll take double the amount of damage they would take otherwise. So a lot of this is really there's a lot of reminds me a lot of Into the Breach and Tactical Breach Wizards, where you have a planning phase. So you're doing all your moves, you're hitting L1 and R1 to rewind and fast forward. So if you don't like a move you did, just like Tactical Breach Wizards. You hit that thing a couple of times, it rewinds all the way back.
Nice.
If you go like, no, that was actually a really good one, hit R1 a bunch of times, it fast forwards it back to what you were just doing. And then once you get your whole party and all of the moves all set up, you hold triangle for a second, and the whole thing plays out in a really fun, kind of rewarding way. And a lot of times, unlike a lot of those other games, your characters are all attacking at the same time. So if you have 3 party members in your party, a lot of times there are 3 attacks that are going off at one time, which is incredibly satisfying. And so far,
That reminds me of the Disgaea system.
Yes.
When you'd have the tutors and teachers kind of thing, and
Yes.
then they would just all smash someone together.
Yep. It reminds me a lot of that, and they did a really great job, I think, with the battle system, because basically you have a set of action points, AP, that your party can use, and the more turns you do, the more AP they'll take. So you do one movement, whether that's like moving or attacking, that's 1 AP. But if that character wants to do another move, that's 2 AP. If they do want to do another move, that's 3 AP. So if you do 3 moves, that's 6 AP altogether. So it's really easy to say, okay, I'm going to have them do 2 moves, but that's 3 AP overall. But I'm have this other character do 1 move, and that's 1 AP. I still have this pool of AP overall. And so far, that's been about it. I've played an hour of it so far. The writing has been a lot of fun. The characters so far have been really great. The music is outstanding. I keep meaning to look who is the composer. It's been really, really, really great. And stylistically, it reminds me a lot of like an RPG you'd see on the Saturn, specifically, like that pre-PS1 era where it's like kind of 3D but kind of 2D but kind of not, a mix of both. And it's a lot of fun. And so far seems really, really cool. And I'm hoping to put a bunch more time into it whenever I can stream again once my kid is back to school. But so far it seems really cool and really fun, and is not referential, but seems like it's kind of playing homage to like Shin Megami Tensei 1 and 2, Persona 1 and 2, and like Sega Saturn JRPGs of the era. But like with kind of modern sensibilities. So
Yeah.
seems cool.
Cool.
Yeah. That's Demonschool. That's all I'm playing this week. Let's take a break. All right.
Another good game to add to the list of things that one day I'll get to.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Alrighty. Are you guys ready to wrap this up?
Yes.
With our massive list of releases here. All right. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk releases for the week of November 24th, 2025. Nothing. There's nothing of note coming out this week. It is Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday. Nothing is going to come out this week that is going to be big enough of note, or it's a smaller game that hasn't come out yet, so nobody has really checked that out and been like, this is the coolest indie game released. They just kind of came out at a bad time. That sort of thing. So
get caught up on your backlog.
That's right.
Enjoy
You got
your
a
4
week
days
to
off.
cram it in. Let's get working.
Dip your fingers into those sales, because you know they're all over the place already.
Yep.
Yeah.
The 2 weeks of Black Friday is well underway here. Let's talk about some news stories here, though. We got 2 interesting news stories here. First up is Ponkel, the developer and publisher behind Vampire Survivors, has announced their brand new game, Vampire Crawlers, which an incredible trailer of, a very 3D looking modern version of Poe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, is that garlic in the staff?
Yes,
Okay.
it is the new version of Poe. And they said, like, is this the next Vampire Survivors? And they said, nope, definitely not. And they are making a first-person dungeon crawler deck building Vampire Survivors spin-off, which I think is
no.
quite incredible.
Words.
Yeah, like I
Is
think that's
this-
pretty incredible. Of like Vampire Survivors 2? No. We're gonna make this entirely different, also very weird thing.
As much as I don't want to summon this into the world, I think they should have a go at like the Shadow and the Wonder of Pokemon Dungeon kind of thing.
So this has been the interesting thing of because they went and they did a bunch of interviews around this game, and everyone was like, "Why this?" And they said, "Well, we're just working on a whole bunch of stuff at the same time, and this is the one that finished first. So that's the one we're doing. So if you want like a traditional turn-based roguelike, you might have your wish at some point, because they're
Oh,
just apparently."
no.
And they also said like, we are working on whatever's next for Vampire Survivors. That's just not anywhere close to being done at this point. So like, if you're looking for, I think they're trying explicitly not to say Vampire Survivors 2.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you just keep waiting if you're looking for the sequel of that, and I think they'll be making that at some point. So
Yeah.
they also are specifically saying, though, this game also does not have vampires, which makes me feel really good. I'd like for all of their games to not feature vampires. I think that would be an incredible bit for an entire studio. So Vampire Crawlers is going to be coming sometime next year. I sort of suspect it will just show up on Steam one day. And just be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, today, Wednesday, it's out today. Go have fun." So
Yep.
go check that out. The other news story we have.
It's going to be good too. That's the crap thing.
I know it's gonna be real good. Yeah, hopefully it'll get more people to play dungeon crawlers. First-person dungeon crawlers are great.
Oh, there's so many of them out there too.
The other news story we have this week, Valve was doing the sort of promotional meetups and live streams and podcast appearances and all that about the hardware announcements from last week. Honestly, largely talking about Steam machines and the controller. They had a meeting with the Linus Tech Tips crew and weren't speaking specifics here, because obviously it's a bit of a ways off. But the kind of talking points they were talking about on Linus Tech Tips, but also some other stuff I was seeing here and there, is basically like some of the stuff we were talking about last week. Since the specs are out, mostly talking about pricing, sort of saying like, if you're expecting this to be subsidized from a pricing standpoint like consoles, you should think about it more like a computer from a pricing standpoint. So I think
Yeah.
if anybody is out there hoping it's the $500 realm, I would not hang my
Brace
hat
yourself.
on that price. I would think I would.
Even consoles at this point, they're already talking about these are going to be like $700-800 next
Yeah.
gen.
100%. So like, and the rumor is out there that Xbox might need to raise their prices again because of DRAM prices across the industry. Thanks so much, AI industry. You're the worst. But I think at this point, like $500 would have been really great. But that's clearly out of the realm of possibility at this point. So you're probably talking about at a minimum 800, if I'm going to guess. And again, the conversation around specifically the Steam machine has ramped up again. It calmed down for a couple of days, but it's ramping up again here. I'll say the same thing I said last week. If you're looking at the Steam machine, and still the same thing with the Steam Deck, and you're saying, but I already have ... this is not for you. Yep. It's very much the thing that the Steam Deck did of like, but I already have a gaming computer. It's like, okay, cool, this isn't for you then. Like, I already have a cool, great computer that can run all this stuff. cool, the Steam machine isn't for you then. Like, this is very much for the person that's like, I don't want a big, super neon, 50-pound computer underneath my TV. I just want this 6-inch cube under there. That's where the market is. And a lot of people saying like, well, if it's going to cost $1,000, then this thing's already dead in the water. Maybe, but like the Steam Deck looked real dumb when it came out too, and now it's the hottest thing ever. So like, I'm not entirely sure I would throw this out completely at the beginning. It's just we're gonna kind of have to realign our expectations here a little bit. Of this is a computer that doesn't have the best specs on the market, and again, that's okay, because if you look at this, remember that Valve publishes the Steam hardware surveys they always do. When they're saying the Steam machine is better than 75% of the stuff that people are running, a lot of what people are running are like GeForce 1000 series cards. Like, they are very old cards that still do pretty well for a lot of games. So
because people can't buy it because of stupid crypto bros.
Well, and
it's
also like
$2,000 for a decent GPU almost.
Exactly. And like, for a lot of people, like, they don't need a 5,000 plus series card to play a bunch of indie games or a bunch of games at 1080 60. Like, the thing that a lot of people that are recommending, oh, here's the best build on the market, it's $2,000 and it'll play 4K stuff at 60 frames or 240 frames.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, I don't need that.
I think someone recently did. This might be all BS, but I recently heard that on a benchmark, the 5070 only just overtakes the 1090.
Oh, interesting.
So the best card from the 1000 series has only just been overtaken by, like, it was the 1090 Xi or whatever it was,
Sure.
like the top end of the 10 series.
Right.
Is only just beaten by the lowest end of the 5 series card.
Right.
That's 4 series difference, and it's only just better the lowest end from the top end of the original.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, there's definitely something to be said too of hopefully the Steam machine will get to the point where it will do a similar thing that the Steam Deck did, where it's the technology is totally integrated with each other. It's not like you can just buy whatever CPU and whatever GPU you want and Windows will take care of it. It's like, no, the Steam OS will take care of it, and the Steam OS is built just like consoles are, built specifically for the hardware of the Steam machine, and we'll be able to take advantages of and like laser focus on that specific hardware. That's how you would sort of hope it would be, just like how the Steam Deck did. So, and the Valve is not speaking date specifics still, which unsurprisingly hasn't changed in just the last week, but they're still aiming for like spring 2026, Q1 2026. So it seems like it's not, as long as things go really well, it seems like it's not that far off. We're at most a handful of months off, which I think would be really great, especially to get the Steam machine in actual people's hands and say, okay, cool, here are the things that I've tried to run, and here's how far I tried to push this machine. Here's how it really ran once I started throwing just a metric ton of games at it. That's the thing I'm really interested in. I am not really going to care about like the Digital Foundry benchmarks of the blah blah blah, and I don't care. Like, how many games can I run comfortably at 1080 60 from this cool thing with a controller that's connected to it under my TV? That's the thing I care about.
Oh, boo-hoo, you have to play Silk Song in high and not ultra mega high.
Exactly. Or like, even for me, like, can I run DRG Survivor on this? Can I run Hades 2 on this? The stuff that isn't easily available on either consoles or my daily driver console. Can I just run DRG Survivor on my TV without having to run it through Moonlight and Sunshine and this other layer and this, like 4 layers deep, to just play it on my TV, or running like a 75-foot HDMI cable? Can I just run it on my TV? Like, that's what I really care about. And that's what's really attractive to me for this thing, especially as I spent a whole ton of time during the Outcast today crap talking Windows and saying, like, boy, I'm sure tired of running Windows. This would be a really great machine to play games and not run Windows.
That's what I'm saying. If the Steam OS could be just as user friendly as Windows, I think they would have, if not better, they would have a perfect in for this, because it's not like we were discussing in the Outcast. Oh, now you have to figure out and fine tune the settings the way you want it, so that way you can get your games to run. It's like, no, you just turn it on. It says welcome to Steam. You log in, you download a game, and it tells you, hey, we can run this automatically at these settings. Adjust what you want.
Yeah, or like we optimize the game to the settings based on your machine.
What you have. Yeah.
That is the reason why I'm a console boy still. It's the reason why I've always been a console boy.
Yeah.
And granted, that definition has changed over the years, but I like being able to just press a button, load the game, and play it on my television.
Yep. And that's what I think is going to be the strength for, like, all of these, like, super... I don't like saying PC Master Race, because that's, like... We seriously still should not be using that term, for the love of God. But, like, all these, like, diehard PC fanboys, they don't realize that a lot of people don't want to spend $1,500 on a machine that doesn't have a controller interface to just play games on their couch with a bunch of their friends or their family members. Like, that's...
Or just to troubleshoot something.
Right.
Like, every time my wife turns on The Sims, she has to download an update, which breaks all of her mods.
Exactly.
So then she has to sit there for 45 minutes fixing everything, and by that time, she doesn't want to play anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
well, like, I've been playing a lot of Hades 2 for We Rogue Like It. Spoiler alert, go listen to those episodes. It's a good show. And I never thought I'd do this. I changed my Steam settings to just boot into big picture mode, because having to do the store, the library, everything else is it's so overwhelming in menus to me. And it's not even that bad. It's just like, no, I
don't want to deal with
the
it.
library.
Yeah.
Like, just let me press like 3 buttons and just play the game I want to play, please.
Yeah. And, like, that's the strength for me of SteamOS, and that's the strength for me of Steam Big Picture, is just, I just want you to show me, just like both consoles do, just a big old picture list of all of my games. I want to push the A button, and the game just fires up, and the whole thing sorts itself out. Like, that, to me, is the dream for the Steam machine of, like, I'm going to switch my input to my Steam machine on my TV. I'm going to grab whatever controller is paired with that thing, and I'm just going to go play a game. And, like, even at this, like, in 2025, the Steam Cloud stuff just works. The syncing just works. Like, the Friends stuff just, like, all of this stuff just works. And I want that connected to my TV.
And bringing that up, cloud saving.
Yep.
Streaming.
Yep.
Guess what you don't have to do? You don't have to pay a monthly fee for that crap either.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, to me, like, all of that stuff, if they're asking $700, $800, $900 for that, that's a lot of money. But I already have the library. I already have the friends list. I already have that stuff. Lord knows I have enough DualSense controllers floating around here that I can just hook up one of those up to my Steam machine, and it's all...
Yeah, my Xbox controllers all say hello, all 6 of them within view range of me right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so, like, all of that stuff is really, really appealing to me, and I'm very, 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 very curious about this. So, I'm gonna keep a close eye on it. Also, I totally forgot the best pet name that everyone has for this is the Gabe Cube, which is... incredible.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Also, Pharaoh in chat, don't. We literally talked about that in Game Club recently. Just don't some of the dual screen experience back, please.
Oh yeah. So Pharaoh says, I want to know if you can use a Steam Deck as a controller for dual screen experience. That's a really good question. That's another reason why I want to see people get their hands on this. Is like, okay, can I pair my Steam Deck as a controller to my TV, or is the Steam Deck still really meant to be docked and the dock is connected to the TV or stuff like that? Or, like, what controllers work? Can I get a Wavebird somehow connected to my Steam machine and get that to work for my emulated Smash Brothers. Like, I really want to see people kind of. Also, this is probably just like the Steam Deck, going to be an incredible emulation machine hooked up to your TV.
Yep.
I would like to throw that out there as well.
So I'll throw this out there.
Sure.
Real quick Google search. Yes, you can right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right.
you can use it both as just a controller without the screen, or you can use it as a dual screen and a controller playing on your PC.
Look at that.
So
That's all coming up. All right. So we'll probably keep talking about this over the next couple of months as Valve continues to get there and have more explicit details about what the capabilities are and what the pricing is going to be in the release date and all that stuff. And we'll keep an eye on how it's going to go. And
I was gonna say, because right now, I don't agree with 100% everything Valve's ever done.
Oh,
or
sure, for
continues
sure.
to do.
yeah,
But they're one of the few companies in the video game industry that still has the cash to be like, okay, go ahead and do your thing.
mm-hmm.
It may not be for me right now. Maybe
Right.
in a year or two, something, a mod comes out or something. Same thing with like
Right.
the Steam Deck, where it's like, cool, now I can do all kinds of crazy stuff with
Yeah.
this, and it is cheaper than building another computer, kind of thing.
And like we
So,
talked about last week with the Steam machine, it's also still just a desktop. If you want to install Linux, if you want to install Windows, you want to make it into a Hackintosh, you're gonna be able to do all of. I don't know about Hackintosh, probably eventually, but like you can install whatever other OS you want on top of it if that's something that you really want to do. Like it's just a computer at the end of the day, which I think is
and
really great.
they don't seem to discourage you being able to use it outside of what
Right.
they initially developed it for. So,
Right. Yep,
can't say that about PlayStation or Xbox.
true. Yeah, why
Or
can't I
Nintendo.
run Linux
Definitely
on my
for Nintendo.
PS5, please? All right, thank you very much, everyone. That's the end of our episode here. That's all of our releases. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Everywhere to find and follow us is on the right-hand side of the page. Don't forget to join our Discord server, discord.tvgp.tv. It is the best community on the internet. I don't say that lightly. Also, like we talked about in the Outcast, we are very food motivated. So if you want to make an introduction, just say, here's my favorite gross garbage food. And we'll be like, yeah, man.
I did see a new person pop in and be like, hey, I like this. And that sparked a whole discussion.
Welcome to the server. Like we talked about at the beginning of the show, this is a listener-supported show. If you are a listener and you'd like to support the show, you can do so over at e1m1.cash.
Ones are the numbers.
The $5 a month tier is a recommended one. That gets you everything. Anything above and beyond that is greatly appreciated. If you can't support us financially, totally understand. Another quick mention here, we'll talk about it more explicitly next week. But don't forget, we're going to have our Patreon open house over at the website. We'll have 3 episodes there for free. And you'll be able to listen all the uncensored goodness over there. We have a collection of some of the best and our most favorite stuff that we've recorded this year. And that will be about, you don't even have to follow the page. You can just go there and it should be available for everybody. And we'll have a little bit of an extra bonus we'll talk about next week. If you'd like to support us in other ways, like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube channel. And the biggest way you can help us by far is rate us positively over on your podcatcher of choice. That really, really helps people find the show, and new listeners and new subscribers and all that helps this show continue to grow as it has done for the last couple of years. So we do greatly appreciate it, and we appreciate you listening and watching. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Boy.
Bye.
Alrighty, Nimp. What are your titles for this week? Non-vetoed titles.
I have Bill's Night, Fixed the Repo Issue, Go in Debt in Repo, Jesus Take the Wheel Run, Shinobi Show, and of course,
Lay it on me.
Penis.
All right, Moon, what do you have?
I have hashtag good riddance, Bill's Night, the Internet Snail, non-derogatory slapper, this game has no map, Not a game for me. Noun generator, double redundancies. That's what we do here, and I'm a console boy.
I also have Bill's Night, Gold Watch to Old Man, and The Year of the Poncho. Obviously, Bill's Night is on the short list here since all of us have picked it. Is there anything else that you guys have kind of as standout ones?
No, I think it should be Bill's night, and I'm ready.
Jeez.
I'm just going to circle it.
All right.
Give a big shout out to Bill here.
Okay. Yep. I'm already.
All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 944 for November 24th, 2025. Bill's Night.
PJs and pillow fights.
It's almost like a birthday party.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening and watching. We do greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.